Yes, I bit the bullet, folks. I went to Walmart during quarantine, which is pretty dumb. I admit, I went to Walmart. This is like 2 weeks ago already, so I'm good. But I bought Black Christmas, the second remake of Black Christmas, the second remake of the classic Bob Clark Black Christmas. The second one, getting some pretty bad reviews. Like, how bad is this thing getting reviews? Like, this thing was totally shit on out the gate. People said it was terrible. People said it was unwatchable. Said it was like the most pointless remake since probably Cabin Fever was. Okay, so that's pretty bad. And the first indication that it really is as bad as I said it is the company Universal Studios had no desire to send this out to anybody for review. They were like, no, we're not sending it out, which is a pretty good indication that it's pretty bad, because usually they're all about sending out stuff for reviewers. If you're on the list, you can usually get whatever. But this was something they didn't want to send out because I think they kind of seen what was going to happen. Or maybe they just didn't want to send it to me because, believe it or not, I have a reputation of being somewhat a tough reviewer when it comes to certain things. So, but this is Black Christmas, so I had to go see it, despite everybody saying it sucks. So, directed by Sophia, Takal or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you've heard rumors that this movie is a big man-hating film, you're right. This movie does not like men. Doesn't like men at all. If you're a man in this movie, you're either a scumbag or you have the potential to be a scumbag. So, beware. Hey, it's new times. Do what you want to do, dog. You're going to do what you're going to do anyway. If you want to make a man-hating movie, make it. Because I'm sure there's a market for it. The feminists love it. Me, I'm not really worried about an agenda. I'm just worried about a good movie. So, in the thick of things, is this a good movie? No, it's not. It's not good. Is it watchable? Maybe a little bit watchable. Because let me digress and let me explain. This movie, despite all of its flaws, at least 2/3 of it probably at least has more of the vibe and feel of the original Black Christmas than the other remake did. That's about the nicest thing I can say about it. It's a bunch of girls in a sorority. They're getting ready to go off for Christmas break, but there's some issues going on. The main chick in this, which I forgot her name, I think it's the chicken's last name is Poots or something like that. Imogen Poots, is that right? Is that her name? I think that's her name. Either way, her character had a very bad encounter with one of the guys in the male sorority, and she was sexually, I believe it was either she was raped. I think she was raped. I believe that's what it is. She was raped. So she's kind of like got a little bit of trauma and stuff going from that. Everybody knows it happened. But, nobody does anything about it because this is a man-hating movie and we got to have those men as evil as possible. So, the sorority's untouched. Her sorority's putting on a play and whatnot. And basically they're kind of at odds with each other. But in the meantime, women are dying. Like, the first kill is actually pretty decent. Like, I like the first kill. But that's probably as good as it gets as far as kills go. Pretty soon, this isn't a spoiler because if you've seen the trailer, you know this. It's basically there's a sorority that's killing the women. Now, why they're doing that and stuff is a little bit of a mystery, and I'll leave that there. It looks decent. It's got a good vibe to it. And you could say it's watchable up until we hit the midway to the last act. And that's when this thing just gets ridiculous. Man-hating is in full effect. The characters do some of the dumbest things you've ever seen. There's bad dialogue. There's bad direction. The plot's just dumb. The way things get resolved is dumb. Like, if you're going to remake it, why not just stick with what got us here? Where's the obscene calls? Maybe you could do something new and different with that now because there's new technology, there's new stuff on the phones, there's all kinds of new ways you could have went with it. It could have been anything. You could have we didn't have to trace the the phone that's coming from the house like the other movies. We could have pinged an IP. Hey, we pinged the IP. It's in the house. You could have done anything like that. You could have modernized it a little bit, and you had the look there. The budget was there to do it, but the creative side of it was not, because this thing, not good written. Now, that being said, it looks good. There is some extras. We've got an alternate ending. We got the remaking of a cult classic, says that in parentheses there. Welcome to Mu Kappa Epsilon. Feature commentary and more. That part right there is from the first kill that you'll see, the snow angel thing, which is like the highlight of it. So, should you go out and waste $20 on it like I did? No, you shouldn't. Now, you can rent it when Family Video's back open. Go rent it. When Family Video eventually sells it, maybe wait and buy it cheap because they're like, I mean, you just have to have it. But I just had to have it, so I went out and got it. But it's flawed, and it's hateful towards men. And if I was women, I'd be upset too because it makes women look pretty dumb for like a good portion of this. It makes nobody looks good. The men look stupid and evil. The women look dumb and naive, and so on and so forth. And they even tease the absurd phone call thing at one point, and then they don't do it again. So it's just a remake in name only for the most part. It looks like Black Christmas, if that makes sense. You'll understand it when you watch it, but it's like it's remake in name only, and it just references from time to time the original film, but it never really goes in that direction. And it's at the end of the day something different. Maybe you could have passed it off as Black Christmas too, but maybe they figured if they did that, nobody would buy it. So, nonetheless, it's a remake of a remake, or a remake of the original and not the other remake of, I don't know. Universal. On the score grade, 2 out of 5. And that's generous because I really want to say 1.5. I really want to say 1.5, but